What's going on, guys? It is XRP here, bringing you another cryptocurrency video. Market has been extremely difficult to maneuver as of recently on this whole move up, to be honest. My bigger ideas and perspectives are that the stock market is coming into absolutely massive resistance on the monthly time frame, and that the 5618 is a massive deal, and even more so because we hit the 4236 and was felt, and SPX was feeling these fibs all the way up, and now we're at the 5618. Usually we reject off of these, and since we felt the 4, we're probably going to feel 5, so I'm pretty bearish on that. I'm pretty sure the SPX has top. Now we're still looking for a Bitcoin top to come in here. And I think that calling this top has not been very easy. Not easy at all. But recently I found this fractal that I think I'm going to be using to call the top for Bitcoin, and it is a capitulation fractal. But before I show you that, for the longest time I've been hypothesizing that XRP is going to be going to 7 cents to finish this massive ABC correction in here. And according to this wave count, that's supposed to be happening very soon. On wave C, we have an A, B, C, D. You can see the confluence here. And now we have an A, B, and this is an A, B, C, D, E. That's a C. Now we're at D. Again, taking the grip here. And we're all up in this resistance at 4 and 4. So the next leg that comes in here is supposed to be E, which is the big one. E on C, which is supposed to be a massive move to the downside before we get alt season. 87% to the downside, guys. That is absolutely massive. For Bitcoin, it's going to be around, it could be 7,000, 10,000. A big crash is looming. So we're supposed to be looking for this crash. Now, how do we know that it's going to crash? Well, based off of most of the altcoins need to go down to set a lower low in order for them to be confirmed bullish. And so this, I'm trying to clean this screen. I have so many things here. That was a waste of time. I'm gonna go on over to a different chart. Eagerly looking for the top here, but I think I found it. So, all right, let's see if I can explain this the most simplest way possible. Capitulation is when this happens. Is when we have a massive free fall that just takes no time at all. 1 day, 2 days, 60%. To me, this is not really capitulation, but definitely had a lot of downside action. We should capitulate all the way to 85% to the downside. Maybe asking Lambo why 85%, and that is based off of the fractal. So let's go ahead and get into that right now. The fractal I'm looking at right now, guys, is this. I think that this is the equivalent to this right here. And then we get something like that. A huge catastrophic crash. Now, let's count the waves in here so we are all on the same page. First off, from the bottom, we have a 1 and a 2. And then a 1, 2, 3, 4. And this could be 3 and 4. And then we have 5. So as a 5 waves up, now we go to present day. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's wave 1. That's 2. This is 3, this is 4, and this is 5, and this is distribution. Okay, painting bull flags at the top of moves is normal before a massive dump comes. So back to the fractal. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. First things first, I know you see it. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, E variation. That's an A, B, C, D, E, right? Going back to where we're at. No. I'm going to have to zoom in here. This is going to be a step-by-step thing, guys. A, B, C, D, D, E. There we go. A, B, C, D, E. Back to our fractal, all right? So we have our A, B, C, D, and then we have our capitulation. Going back into here, we have, oh man, my hand's getting super tight from doing this all day. A, B, slow or low, and D, and then and then E is going to be our big capitulation. So we have these things lining up here, the same exact fractal. The one thing I want to point out in here that you guys should pay attention to is that wave D actually invalidated wave B in here. As you can see, wave D came up just a little higher than wave B. So you might say, well, Lambo, why then does that matter? Well, if we check the wave count in wave D, in which we're going to be comparing to this wave count in here, you'll see there are some scary similarities. First thing is first, when we look at this pattern, to me it looks like a zigzag, which means it's consisted of ABCs. ABC up, ABC down. That's a W and an X. ABC up, ABC down. That's a Y and an X. And then ABC up to completion. And we invalidated barely, and then we crashed. Again, taking W and X, the main 1 and 2, we ran up to the 4 and then rejected. So if we were to count these waves over here, again, if we're going to take the initial grip here of C to D, we're going to take the initial grip. That takes us to 72,000. So we could very well come up into here, looking for a more specific pinpoint price. We can take the grip we've been using, and we can see the confluence here that has already occurred. Rejection at 3, rejection at 4, rejection at 4, 6. So then we would go up into this, and we would go and hit the 5, 6, 1, 8 and make a slightly higher high, just similarly to what happened back before the COVID crash. Now we're going to be looking for the wave counts from C to D in here, making sure that this is correct. Before we do that real quick, you can see how Bitcoin is trying to flip this big one again. We came into it, chopped around, rejected, and now we're back above. And now if we can hold here, we should be able to leap. But yeah, so I think it's, you'd be like, Lambo, we're at the 42360 right now. Why do you think D is going to go above B? And because that's what happened before COVID happened. So going to count these waves. We're going to go ahead and start using we're just going to use the bigger grip here. And we're looking for some kind of zigzag to come in here. So, yeah, looking for the zigzag. To me, this is an A, B, C, and then some kind of A, B, C, D, or let me just zoom into the 15-minute. A, B, C, D, E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. So, I mean, that could be the A, B, C. So, we're going to go ahead and mark this as W. This is not an A, B, C. Maybe that's a little bit of variation. Go to the 1 hour. And we're looking for things that are consistent of ABCs. So this is a 1, a 2, 3, 4, 5, B, A, B, C. So this is an ABC. And then we have an ABC in here again. And then we're going to go ahead and make this. Oh, I'm still recording. That's crazy. And then we're going to ABC up here. So gonna want to see this hold. And I will show you a different fractal as to why I want this level to hold. Yeah, so, oh yeah, what was I doing? Yeah, this was going to be an ABC in here. As you guys can tell, we can use our grip here. And these were supposed to reject, again, the price. The price came up a little bit higher, went back below, and now we're back above in here. So this is looking like it could run to 10. And there we go. 10 would be our target at $72,000, making the higher high. Given that we kind of are fumbling around in this zone and not rejecting like we should have. This looking like it could be an ABC. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, E. That's an A, B, C. So then we have our last leg in here consisting of an A, B, C, which is this one right here. A and B and then C, which would be our last leg, just like we had in COVID when we had our ABCs. All right, gonna zoom out some more, where we had our ABCs creating the zigzag up in here before we capitulated. So again, guys, we're looking for capitulation. It has been a area that we are looking for, but right now this looks like it's going to go ahead and run to 10, which is 72,300-ish, based off of this fractal alone. When I turn this upside down, bulls were supposed to hold this trend line, and I will show you guys what I'm talking about based off of this fractal on AMC. Way back here. You can see how we came up, down, created the head and shoulders. Up, down, created the head and shoulders, and then we held and we were bullish. This is the same fractal upside down. Create the head and shoulders, we should have held, we fell below, so now we are bearish, aka bullish, because this chart is upside down. So to me, that confirms that Bitcoin is going to go just a tad bit higher here and do exactly what we've been doing with the COVID fractal and hit a higher high for wave B before a massive capitulation to the downside. So we're going to go ahead and shoot for that 6% to the upside. Again, guys, we're looking for a massive capitulation. Massive capitulation. Like Lambo, why are we looking for capitulation? Because these structures are not complete. Again, here we have ICP. That's a huge wave 3, by the way. 4 and then 5. Wave 3 coming back to the bottom of this to confirm that is still bearish and still valid. And we have a very clean 5 waves down in here. This doesn't have to be A, B, C, D, E. This is actually, again, looking for the finishing leg of the bear market for these altcoins, 3, 4, and 5. Setting a lower low here, so we can have the bigger structure complete as well, and that takes us to 85%. To the downside. So using the grip here, ICP, hit it, and now we're kind of bleeding away. And Bitcoin can still march on up and liquidate shorts until we get to completion on that COVID fractal. Now we're looking for capitulation. The wave count, everything suggests that we're going to go ahead and set one more high here at 72,300, and we're going to complete this megaphone pattern that is also confluencing with everything else that's been going on the Bitcoin price chart. So yeah, guys, I'm willing to bet that we come up into here, make the higher high from wave B, and then we see massive 83% to the downside. I mean, 83, 85% to the downside. Willing to bet that's going to be happening here pretty soon, as the dollar is also confluencing with a massive drop in the market. Here we have an ABCD 1 2. That's a 1 2. This is a zigzag 3 4. We hit 3, so now we'll go to 5. So the dollar has just a little bit lower to go before we can have a massive move to the upside. Probably a fast impulse all the way to 113 before some kind of sideways price action for the DXY. So the dollar has got a little lower to go, and then a lot of upside. So Bitcoin is going to, I guess, inverse that. Bitcoin's got a little higher to go, and then a lot of downside. So really excited to see how this plays out. Really going to stick to my guns here and hold to this right here, right at 10. Since we didn't hit 4 and we bled through it, we automatically assume that we were going to be going to 11 and 10. If the price action were to go to the 4 and then go like this, then it would go to 9 and then reject. But since the price action went above the 4 and 5 and chopped around, then we look for 10 and 11. So we're going to be eyeing those. Let's hope that this goes according to plan. And yeah, so again, guys, one more pump in here, and then a massive capitulation to the downside, as we have seen on our fractal. That has been playing out really good, really perfectly. If we just take wave 1 and 2 in here to see like where Bitcoin went, it went to 11. See, same thing, guys. Like I was just saying, this wasn't even planned out, but like I was saying, we come up into 6 and retest 4, and then target is 10 and 11. So we're going to be looking for 10 and 11. We did a 1 and a 2, so 1 and 2 would mark the top at 10 and 11. And wow, that's even more confluence, my friends. We almost got to 10 and 11. Isn't that's crazy? So there's also that idea in the back of everyone's mind. I mean, just my mind. Hold up. we may not actually need to have gone to 10 and 11 because back here we went above and didn't really mess around too much. I mean, I guess it's the same. I guess it could be the same in that we're actually, I don't know, that's crazy. That was like 10 and 11. We hit 9 and then we kind of went sideways for a while. Last one we hit 9, that was it. Consolidation and then drop again with the same exact, painting that bull flag at the top and then dumping it. You could argue that we're actually right here and not right here as well. You could argue that. You could say, well, we're not going to set that higher high. It's bearish right here. But then you would have to speculate that there's an A, B, C, D in here. But there's not. There's just an A, B, C. So that gives us a better argument to say that that's an A, B, C. But this is an A, B, C, D, E, suggesting that we are actually right here, given the altcoin market, and not right here. So that's good. Going up to 10 and 9, we are already at 9. We pinpoint hit 9. But if we do break 73, then we could look for this level at like 84,000. But I don't think that's the case. I think that we're going to go ahead and go to 72,000 and then have a absolute tremendous rejection, 72,000, because we already ran up to 9. We had confluence here around 5. We never went up to like 6. We hit 4 and 5 and chopped in. So 9 would be the target, and 9 was hit. Just like I was talking about, and on a different fractal like 3 minutes ago, guys. We are witnessing what I was just mentioning in real time with no intent of me pulling out this fib extension and seeing what's going on. So that's the top. Hit 9, that's good enough. So we're following the capitulation fractal. Just that slightly higher high, and then boom, big short. We have the invalidation of the AMC fractal, suggesting this was going to go like this, and now we should go up. Also complementing the megaphone pattern and the ABC Elliott wave count to the upside, matching the fractal of COVID as well.